people tweeting me the link and the odd shot, so I'm sure it's not, to be fair, it's not that funny, but it's quite embarrassing.
It's amazing.
But yeah, it's gonna be the knife round, so don't get too excited. Maybe you could do a speed cast, seeing as we built this up for so long. Give the people a payoff after having the delay here.
We'll see.
Come on, let's do it. For old times.
Can we get it on the screen?
Yes, can we get the knife round on screen, please?
If we're gonna do this, we gotta have it on screen. That's the only way it works. Production doesn't want me to do it!
Come on.
I can speed cast Get Right's face.
Here we go.
Oh, all right. Well, it is
starting in 3, 2, 1, go!
And Get Right gonna take the first splash, but Zipix that already puts him back down, and now KGB's gonna get a forward stance. All four of them working together. One goes to the inside of the train, but now they group back up at the one on top. That I'm not sure who it is, but it's Dupree that drops back down. Now Astralis gonna force out and isolate Forrest back inside of the Ivy position. NIP not able to compensate for that, not able to flank him back as they walk up the ladders. Kerrigan that sits at the top, and you can't climb and snipe at the same time. He just sits up there and cuts you apart. As Kerrigan gonna do work again, potentially takes down Freiberg, but now it's Pith gets back into KGB, and it's just him that remains against him. And Exist, where is Exist? He's still behind them all, so Pith's gonna try and bait them away. Be the hot cloth on the fevered head like a needle. They'll lead them and they'll follow like thread. But where it can Exist come back in from behind, he's going to try and isolate this into a one-on-one right now. And it is not going to work out in his favor. No, I take it back. He does get Dupree, but in the meantime, he did lose his teammate. Now it's just him that's alive. He's going to stay on top of the train, not let him come up the ladder. And it's going to be just the 12 HP to work with. He has got the butterfly knife, but he has to fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee. He's got the first one already on the Kerrigan. Has to fall away further still in the E-box. It's low on device. He's got this down one-on-one. He actually works it out. The clutch from Exist. I love it.
Don't know who I'm impressed with more, Exist and that massive clutch of the knife round, or you actually carrying it for that amount of time. Well played, sir. That was quite impressive. I was kind of feeling bad for you after it that long. Like normally it kind of takes like 10 seconds. You're having to do that for like a whole minute. So congratulations. That was absolutely perfect. Nice work. That's got us back into the mood after that little bit of a delay here. We'll be getting into the final map here. We'll be trained, and looks like Astralis will be starting on the CT side, NIP on the Ts. And as I said, NIP have been working very hard at the boot camp. Threats have some massive impact in terms of the strategy game for the Swedes, and you'll see some very nice set pieces towards that inside side especially. They seem to favor that area once they get control of the upper hall. So let's see if we can jump straight into this one. Matthew, in terms of predictions, we haven't really discussed this, specifically Train. Who do you feel has got the upper hand here, considering the previous matchup and what we've seen so far?
It's tough. Astralis are decent on this map. Remember, we talk about Virtus Pro and how they have they're sort of meta-defining in a lot of ways on this map. They've got that smoke on Ivy. They've got Taz that plays so well on the inner site. But the team that actually upset them and started to make them doubt themselves on this map was Astralis.
Yeah.
And Cajun B, Kerrigan both play off each other very well in the A site. They utilize the quad position well. But like you're saying, NIP has improved so much on this map.
Well, here we go then. We are into the pistol. We'll be NIP with 5 sets of armor here and actually going towards that inside site. It's going to be Pits and Get Right controlling the upper halls here. The bomb is still towards main entrance, and we have got Exist holding for any aggression here. So the CT still trying to find out where the Ts may lie. Going to be falling back to more of a default position here. Time ticking away. As I mentioned, NIP don't really have much to work with in terms of any sort of utility here. So they're going to be relying on brute force to get themselves into the bomb sites. Freiberg has gone down to 22 HP, Forrest on 57. So I'm ticking away now, working out where they'll be going here as they start to rotate back towards Pop Dog. Looks like it will be an A bomb site attack.
Exist, the hero of the knife round, because let's face it, it was pretty awesome. He's going to try and get down toward Ivy, but it's Forrest that opens up onto Kerrigan. That gives him some space to do so because they have to pull themselves back inside of the site. Get Right gets it. Zipix still dropped down though, and it is still 3 versus 3. Kit in Cajun's hands. Thankfully, he sits on 66 HP as well because no armor. Needs to try and survive in this situation. Dupree's falling away. It's 12 HP. He's faced by Exist, though, and Forrest is here. They can actually go for the trade kill on this. Cajun tries to swing out to help. He's dropped. Kit's a long way from the site. Dupree's dead as well, and it doesn't even matter. They're going to get this all this as the bomb goes down. And Device, if he wants any chance of defusing, has to take that path. He has to walk toward the Kit, to make this possible.
He hasn't managed to pick it up yet, but a 3-on-1. As Exist finds the last 2 frags there. He's got so much work to do, Device. Does manage to pick up that defuse Kit, but just has no control of the situation. That kill's not going to happen. Forrest finishes things off. NIP here. You can see them coming to life. Every kill, we could hear screaming coming from the other side of the room. And now Astralis forcing back into the second round. They will be getting double scouts here. CZs, 5-7s. And we'll see what kind of bite NIP bring to the table. This is the burst fire from Exist. And I have to say, it's a pretty awful feature of the Glock, but it works. Very close range on low HP players, that's for sure. And NIP...
Remember it was Dupree yesterday that accidentally turned it on
Yep, that was a prime example of how bad it could be. Yeah. So yeah, NIP, 3 rifles here, 2 SMGs. They have got smoke grenades as well, so they'll be slowing things down. We'll see whether KGB and Kerrigan could do anything with these sniper rifles. Can be very effective on train, especially if you have those close range pistol players. You're getting the tags and they're finishing things off.
So Dupree and Cajun going to work together out toward Ivy to try and make up for this. The double scout by Cajun, one of the two players with it. Yeah, there's Kerrigan. So back in the dynamic op styles, they were the CT oppers, not Device. So it's time to go to the scouts. NIP's going to slow things down, work out the hallways right now. Exist and Pith. Top of the ladder. Zips waiting with the nade in hand. But they are being slow, NIP. This is how you play these anti-eco situations. To make sure there's no mistakes made, to make sure they don't get caught off.
Yeah, they know the force buy potential is going to be there from Astralis. They need to make sure they execute properly to the site. Here come the smokes over, take those snipers out of the game. It looks like they will be attacking the A-bomb site. The smokes are successful as well. Cajun now trying to reposition himself and see if he can get attacked. He's on top of the trains.
Sis spots up over top of the smoke. Doesn't actually catch out Kerrigan, who gets inside control room. He goes back down the ladder and back up again, so they still don't have the information he's there, and he's trying to utilize the scout, but eventually,
okay,
tagged up through the smoke, and Get Right takes him down. Mac 10, what a shot. Ball planted after all this as well, and it's the 4 versus 2. That's going to be the end of this force buy from Astralis.
Yeah, perfect execution there from NIP. Run the default, work out what you're up against, do the full wall of smokes there. It's been very impressive, NIP's anti-ecos throughout this series, and this is another prime example of how to do it. Zipex now left with nothing but the PT-50. They'll be trying to be a little bit cheeky there, but Exist does find them. Going to get the final kill. It's Exist and Freiberg doing most of the work as they do go up 2-0 here on Train. Astralis now, not many options. This is the shot from Get Right. First is a headshot for the smoke, and then he just finishes things off as well. Why not? Lovely work. So full eco from Astralis. Can't really justify anything going into round number 3 here, so USP, that's about it. Go into the third round. You can assume this will be more of the same. NIP do have Get Right on the Mac 10 still. He can just go into these bomb sites first. Actually going pretty aggressive here out towards main. Going to be Molotoving off the key positions, taking vision away with the smokes as well. And Kerrigan with the P3000 should be taken down any second now. There it is. Freiberg gets the first kill.
Smartly so. Forrest going to follow it up. Device goes down. It's Zipex with the only kill so far, and it will be the only kill of the round for Astralis. Well, now the guns are going to come back up at that second round force. Ooh, Device.
Okay.
Straight to the glass cannon. I was going to say not enough utility, but this is a whole different kettle of fish.
But he's got a decent spawn here. He has the opportunity to go towards the upper platform inside. You can see he's got that spawn right at the back. Doesn't look like he'll be taking it, though. He's going to be opting to go towards main. Looked like he was tempted. And Forrest, of course, we mentioned this would be the battle going forward on this side. Forrest versus Device. Actually going to be waiting for some aggression towards the CT side here. We have got Zipex, of course, alone on the inside site. He's going to be spotting the terrorists as they cross, and a lot of damage done to Exist. That nade does 60 as they make their way towards the inside site. I said before we went into this, NIP like to focus this inside area with their set pieces, get control of the upper platform first, and then they like to execute with Molotov, smoke grenades. They've got a really good way. It's actually Freiberg gets most of the entry kills in these kind of tactics.
Kerrigan and Zipex together. Device watching out toward Ivy. Has Dupree beside him. Keep in mind it's the glass cannon, so he's going to have to be a little bit careful on how he peeks. Zipex watching the upper position right now from behind the bomb train. And Forrest might be the first one out. He might actually creep this op into a better position. He'll definitely, at the very least, clear out the angles and watch toward the top of Z connector.
Exist is perfectly ready for this. He's just watching the upper platform. He's going to get a kill here. Oh, gets detected though. Doesn't land the shot he had to. Now NIP are making their way out to upper round. They've got the bird's eye view of the bomb site. Very difficult for Astralis to actually find kills here. The KGB gets the first.
Smart Molotov as well to force Zipex so far back, but it's Freiberg now on the entry. Device is there, so Glass Cannon gets one kill, but can't get in a position to deny the bomb. And Pith's just going to sit behind that train, use it for the coverage that he needs. He's going to get pushed slowly by Dupree, but Freiberg and Forrest are sitting so far back in these tunnels, they don't want to peek. They have the high ground. And Pith just has to bait out and get information, but the flash comes in. Dupree, he snuck up beside him. There it is, Forrest, the response with the AWP. Down to 2, and still that high ground occupied. Only a single flash for Device to try and bait this out. And he misses the shot, has to fall away. The kit right now is on Zipex. He tries to bait it, but he gets dropped. Device has to do this alone. Kit's on top of the bomb to grab, but he doesn't have the drop pre-aimed, and Forrest goes for it.
Forrest comes up big in the 1 versus 1 versus Device. Didn't even give him the chance to go with the fake defuse. Freiberg giving the war cry there as NIP win the first gun round, sending Astralis onto the eco now as well. Lovely work from NIP, getting that inside control and actually doing the contact play. We're expecting an execution at that point. And this sent 3 players walking across the upper platform. Like I said, once you get that area undetected and you're just battling the rifles, you've got such an advantage. The higher ground working in your favor, and they get an equal exchange of frags, and it's a 3-on-3 on the retake. And Forrest does some massive work there to win the round. Going to number 5 now. Astralis investing in some P250s and a Desert Eagle device on the CZ. And they will be pushing towards Ivy as well. So Carrigan, joined by Dupree, he's going to be baited in and see whether they can get a kill here, but very defensive and disciplined play here from NIP.
Freiburg just waiting for this push. Come on, device. I've got a device in my hands that's going to kill you.
Ooh.
You like that one?
No.
Me too. I didn't like it either. It was a bit of a reach. Freiburg's still going to wait, though. Make sure device doesn't push forward. Xyp9x is waiting inside, as always, shoulder peeking the bottom of that ramp. 3 players on that inner side as well, so a bit of a gamble right now for Astralis. Hoping that it pays off, but it's going to be an ace split by the looks of it down the ladder. Exist in Pith, and then they'll be added with the forces of the 3 players coming in from A main. They flashed it off. Device still there. They're not spawning him. That could have been awkward if he wasn't blind, but Get Right does get back out with the AK in time to take him down. It's left the Carrigan only playing at the quad, alone in the site. They've rotated back from the Z connector now, but it's still a lot of smokes for Cajun. Won't be able to deny the plant. Exist can see above them.
You can see how much work they've been putting into these anti-eco rounds. Going to drop 1 frag on towards Freiburg there, but it's very effective so far. Clinically cleaning out every single part of the map, flashing into that main entrance. As you said, had device not been flashed there, he could have picked up a couple of kills with the CZ there, but they eradicated that being a possibility. 5-0 now here on the first half in favor of the Swedes. We're going to round number 6. Device back on towards the AWP, but money is getting back to being stabilized for Astralis. Obviously, maximum loss bonus now.
You talk about, as well, just these anti-ecos.
Yeah.
If you talk to Threat, if you know Threat at all, it's not like, you know, he's a very reasonable person. He understands the fundamentals, and that's what they're playing right now is fundamental CS. It's not LG where they're coming up with these crazy meta-breaking strategies. They're not doing anything out of the ordinary in NIP, but they're playing the correct style of NIP. They're, you know, keep it simple, stupid, and Threat is very, very reasonable in that and mature in that sense. So this is exactly being applied to NIP, and I mean, it's beautiful in some ways to watch.
It's just stacking the odds in your favor. Instead of taking weird risks and just trying to get fragged and forcing unfavored situations, it's actually just waiting up, doing defaults. It might be a bit boring knowing if against pistols, but you want to make sure you don't give anything away. Every frag counts in those scenarios. And NIP seem to be keeping players alive every single time. But here we go then, another passive round here. Playing the default, waiting for any aggression to come in from the CTs. Dupree edging towards Ivy, seeing if there's anything to pick, but nothing there whatsoever. Xyp9x, of course, towards inside. He will be joined by Carrigan as well. Double rifle set up towards there. Device looking towards the main entrance, see if he can get anything going here.
Good flash in. Device waits a half second that time to fire. Tries to catch them off a little bit that time. Goes for the second shot, doesn't land it on the drop, but Dupree's on top of the train. He shuffles out and finds Freiburg. They do have the bomb plant still going on. Good wall of smokes allows Get Right to get it and get away completely unscathed. Exist in toward the ladder at Forest watching down. There's not much entry points that aren't covered off by NIP in this post plant. Still, though, Carrigan and Cajun B combined to get 1 more kill, and they're going to push up. Forrest a little bit late to react. It allows 1 player to go beyond him. That's Dupree, but he has the information. He's there. He's able to flank it back out. Unfortunately, Device gets Exist beforehand, and that's going to clean it up.
Nice round there from Astralis. It was a full execution from NIP. They get the bomb down with 1 player being dropped, but it's such a strong retake coming in. Astralis. They get the double orb set up now as well. That's going to be brought onto Cajun B. So now they really can get rolling here. Decent opportunity. They kept players alive. The full reset won't be such a potential going forward. So we're investing into the round now. Double orbs will definitely help strengthen their side. And actually NIP going back towards 5 rifles here. That suggests more of a set piece coming in. They want to actually run actual tactics going into this. And they've got the early smokes as well, so potentially you have something up their sleeve. Threat has called a actual strategy at the start of the round.
Flash out from Freiburg as he tries to advance. This is actually good for NIP as well because they're clearing out. Okay, well, Cajun's going to deny that. It gets even better. He plays on the inside of the train. I was going to say they're clearing out that quad position where Carrigan likes to play. It's Cajun instead that plays on the other side of it and makes it work. But now it's traded. Now Freiburg goes. Now he strikes because he has that ground to stand on. Unfortunately, he's got 2 left to go. It's 26 HP. Freiburg has the information. 1's out toward Ivy. Gets tagged down to 11. Has to go back for the bomb as well out toward A main. And not 100%. I think Device, yeah, he has eyes on it. He can definitely see this with the AK. So Freiburg gonna have to come up with something clever. Tries to go off the ladder, catch Device off, but he holds the angle. And it's interesting as well because Cajun's been playing that position. Carrigan talked about how he thought he was too predictable there, and they had been switching back and forth. And there's, I mean, Cajun plays it slightly differently, and it works.
Yeah, Astralis completely countering that. NIP, as I said, you could see with that buy coming in, they had something up their sleeve in terms of a set piece. They went for that fast outside execution, set smokes going in very quickly, flashbangs come through, but Cajun B dodging them effectively and takes down 3 as they make their way out. Freiburg left on a 2-on-1. They do some damage to the economy, but ultimately, Astralis do keep the double orb set up here, and we go into round number 8. It is a force buy from NIP now. 3 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and they'll be sending 3 players towards the Ivy area as well. They have got, obviously, Du3 to challenge with, but he's fully blind right now. Double orb setup, not going to be working out too effectively here. Get Right gets the first kill. Zit's coming in as well. It's a triple kill for NIP. 5 on 2 now with this force buy. They picked up the AWP, and in such a strong position now. Can Astralis find anything from this?
And they are going to try and push back through. Xyp9x gets one. Low HP in front of him, nearly gets Freiburg. But it's still such a tough task as the bomb planted. NIP is so good on this outside site. They're just covering off these angles and clearing out most of the spots, getting so far forward in the side. Xyp9x gets Freiburg eventually, but Device with the AWP still has a large task to do. Exist above that Molotov, won't catch him out. He's still sitting on the bomb train, and as that AWP gets closer, it's going to be more vulnerable. They crossfire both.
Wow. So 2 Tech 9 and 3 AKs, very simple strategy there. Rushing towards the Ivy area, you could see how flash Du3 was. He had to fall back. It's a triple kill to even things up from NIP, just finding frags all over the place. And that's actually detrimental to Astralis' money going forward. So we have got an interesting situation here, Matt. Device has fully invested. He had about 7k in his bank. He's invested everything into an AWP. He left himself a...
And utility and armor,
yeah,
like
so
legit.
It's fair enough. It's something that can work out when you have a player who's confident and can find frags and train and reposition themselves. Something can come from it. He's going to be towards main once again. The rest of his teammates just on pistols. This should be around going in favor of NIP unless Device delivers some absolute godlike play.
And something admirable about someone who has that confidence to say, all right, matters are in my hands, boys. I got this. Problem is, though, I mean, everyone else stays at 2K. He goes down to 900. It's going to be hard for him to get his economy rolling again with the team. It's only one round against them as well. They're only going to get 1900 if they lose this one. It'll be the second. Xyp9x waiting at B. That looks like to be the focus right now for NIP, so they're changing it up and finally going that direction. Device not going to be all that happy about that because he's on the A side. The good news is I guess he could just try and run out and save it.
That would be the logical thing, but it's looking like Get Right and Co will be falling back from this. Not fully committing. They want to see what the reaction is from the CTs from those initial smokes. They smoked off towards connector and lower ramp as well. Made a convincing case they were about to execute there, but just deciding to see what actually happens here. They actually didn't get much in return, so I'm going to be deciding to continue with this. As you mentioned, Device still towards the outside site. It's going to be Forest going by 2 players towards upper. This is similar to what we saw on the 3rd round. Let's see if he can find that kill onto Xyp9x. Of course he can. Headshot through the train as well. That opens up the bomb site.
Oh, Kerrigan tried to time it for the flank, but Freiburg just turns around as he hears him on that ladder. Get Right gets Cajun, and Device has to run. Heads for the hills, out toward Ivy, the longest possible position away from where NIP is currently occupying.
Indeed.
And where they haven't dropped any guns at all, no one's died, it's not like he's picked anything up. So if Device doesn't show himself and he's saving, they're going to think, all right, what's he got? And you think, I would almost guess they're going to send at least 2 people on the hunt. And that's going to be the case because Du3 goes down. Where is he? There might be enough time, though. He's far enough away.
They're so far away from this. Even if they do go hunting now, it takes so long to find him. I think he's going to be saving this weapon, which is good news for him, considering he spent pretty much everything he had going into round number 9 here. But like you said, NIP keeping 5 players alive. That does help build their cash accounts going into the next round. There it is. 7 plays 2 now. Astralis. Money not fantastic, though. They have got the AWP, obviously, but it's not going to be the best of buys. You can see M4's purchased, a couple of smokes, no kits yet, apart from Device, the one he saved. And there's a Famous for Xyp9x as well. This money situation is getting pretty dire for them. We're going to round number 10. Forrest back on the AWP himself. But NIP have a very healthy lead here in the opening stages of the train.
Du3 out toward Ivy, gets in the corner. He's known to play this cubby. M4 for him. Kerrigan's back in the quad position this time, but they are going to bring KGB beside him, so complete change up of the fact that Device as well uses the AWP up close in B, which puts Xyp9x back inside A. And Du3 starts it in through the smoke. He'll find Get Right. This is the lead that they need, but he's caught by the nade. Get Right calls that he hit him. He's low. He's lit in NA terms. And Exist gets the nade onto him.
4 on 4 now. NIP has still tons of time to play with, over a minute still, so can afford to reposition themselves. They still have the utility as well. CTs haven't really reacted to this first bit coming in, but you can see Device. He's got an interesting position. The very close range AWP on the lower ramp hit. Just flirting with the idea of facing here. If he does show anything, he will be taken down by Device. It's not a shot he would actually miss at this stage. And here it comes. Oh, okay. There's Pit that changes angle up. I thought he was going to go towards the upper start when he would have been taken down. That's where Device was ready to shoot, but they know where the AWP is now. And this is probably where you will see that inside execution map. We've talked about the smokes that he will do and the Molotovs. They know the AWP is there now. Take away his vision, use the flashbangs, and with 4 players alive, they can still do this. So let's see how they decide to approach this one.
Device is waiting, praying that they come here. They haven't played on the back of the tanker. Oh, the timing. It was an easy kill. He realizes it now, does still get it. Recovery made, but ground gain from an IP and the bomb goes down. Forrest now with the AWP. He's going to stay to the high ground. Remember, he's done well in this position before when an IP went to the inner bomb site.
Cajun coming from behind as well. He's come up from Pop Dog. So he's starting to pincer the tees.
And Forrest is the one that has to stop this.
He's ready. It's tense.
Meanwhile, in the front of the site, it's a trade. Oh, Forrest realizes it late. What a shot does drop KGB. That gives him a chance. It's 1 versus 3. And Kerrigan just gets in a position to hold it off. 13 HP.
There it is. Astralis holding on there, managed to salvage AWPs as well. Forrest left in the 3 versus 1, does manage to take Cajun, who's coming in the back, but wasn't enough. But the money account's still strong for an IP here. They're going to have around like 8k average here across the board, so you definitely can get the full buy. Forrest with 10. But it's going to be 5 AKs once again, so potentially trying that fast outside play once more. So into round number 11.
Kerrigan going to throw a flash out through nade as well. This is where Freiburg's been trying to get to distill this play. This is exactly what they've done. They've tried to get Freiburg getting close at this alleyway every single time so he can start to get in toward that quad position. And he's going to go again. He might actually catch out Kerrigan, who nearly gets to. He does. Just barely gets pith in time because Freiburg was always lurking on the other side of that smoke, the other side of that train. Bomb gets planted again inside the smoke. And Get Right finds Dupree. Which brings it back to 3 versus 3, but the HP, it favors Astralis, as does that kill for Xyp9x.
We have got this 3 on 2 now, but it's both orbs trying to come in for the retake. Get Right towards Ivy. He's going to be challenged by KGB. He's only got the USP for some reason, and it's going to be actually Xyp9x bringing things back into their favor. Get Right now, they know exactly where he is. Bomb is not planted in a great position for him. He should be taken down momentarily, surely. It's actually a decent Molotov, but it does get extinguished, so the full defuse will come in this time. Great work from Astralis. That was his only opportunity, really, to make something happen. Had he landed it, he would have had a chance to deny them the bomb defuse, but they smoked it themselves, so protected them. And Get Right does save the AWP, so did come into an interesting situation there, but it wasn't quite enough. Kerrigan, we talked about him in this close range main area before. This time he's there and he locks them down with a double kill. And keeps the dream alive for Astralis here. 7-4, clawing their way back into this.
And IP still with the lead, still with guns. A chance to still keep the economy limited on Astralis despite avoiding the initial reset that we talked about, getting that second round in a row. But Xyp9x this time at B finally gets an opening kill his way. Device is going to be there to support him as well. He's going to fall further back, Device, with that AWP and try and get toward the tanker again.
Yeah, first frag going in favor of Astralis to kick things off, but NIP still heavily favoring these upper halls.
Nice nade.
As far as being boosted up right now, seeing if he can get a kill towards that connector area.
It is Pith that has the bomb. They give up Ivy this time, Dupree. He's gone closer to Kerrigan, who is again inside of those trains. And it is coming back toward A. 2-2 split, 2 at ladder, 2 at A main. Freiburg the closest through. Pitt's already gone down that ladder. Oh, this separates them. Forrest commits to going, and Pitt falls back on side of that fire, and it's just a kill easily gone the way of Astralis, but Freiburg brings it back. Kerrigan gone in the close trains, gives them some space, but again, Dupree's playing a lot closer to this position, so even if they try and advance, he'll be able to shut it down, and Device is going to shut down everything.
Yeah, looking really strong now, Astralis. They're ready for whatever NIP presents them on that outside bomb site, finding frags, making sure they're in front of the smokes, and challenging with their own flashbangs as well, so decent hold from them. And I think that finally has broken the economy of NIP. They do have Forrest on 5k, and I think it'll be the partial buy coming in. So get the Tech 9s out. Forrest can justify an AK. He keeps himself about $2,400, but they have got a Molotov and a flashbang. No smokes purchased so far, so just hoping Forrest will be able to do something with the weapon. So they'll be focusing towards the inside side once again. Existing in the charge here. But they have had some problems here as the Xyp9x have found the opening frag last round. And looking like he wants to do similar sort of results this time.
Flash out, Xyp9x was timed his shoulder peek correctly, not facing it, but when he goes back out, dinked up, Device saves him. Best friends, those two, apparently, and Device, well, he's out of favor now because that's 3 men down in his hands, and the very low HP of Xyp9x stays alive, 6 HP at that. Kerrigan's going to go ahead and take down Forrest, and Device to close it. They're back within 1.
Yeah, A very nice round there from Device. He rotates in perfectly. Zipex with a devastating grenade as they came in the lower ramp as well. It was only a partial buy from NIP, but didn't get a plant down whatsoever. Got completely wrecked as it came down the lower ramp, and that double orb set up back out for Astralis now. NIP with the full buy. They have got 5 AKs and a decent amount of utility as well. We'll see what Astralis... This is the round I'd start saying, to start mixing things up, maybe send Device towards the upper ramp, go for maybe an aggressive Ivy play. Astralis have been quite passive in terms of their approach to each round, just waiting for NIP to make the next move, but once again, Zipex up close to the lower ramp.
Great series we've got shaping up.
Indeed.
Coming to a fine finish as well. 7-6 in favor of NIP. Round 14, both teams have guns. And it's NIP that's more fragile for the 15th round if they lose this one.
All 5 players have made their way towards the upper halls inside here. I mentioned they did favour. This is the execute coming in. They've got all 5 committed. Everyone's got smokes and Molotovs. You see them all lining up for it. We've seen this many times online. See how effective it's going to be on land.
Epic's waiting to hold this. He puts the flames very intentionally on the inside of the smoke, so when they go through, they have to take damage inevitably. It's quite a clever tactic. It works out. Epic's pops up late, takes down 2, bomb included, so no plant coming in just yet. Device gets a good shot. That'll deny it further. They may just get this from Freiburg. So $800 extra injection in the next round, but that's all they're going to get. It's 4 rounds accumulated as well. This will be the 5th, so it's max loss bonus plus bomb plant. They're just going to be able to force.
A little bit too obvious there from NIP. They haven't shown any presence anywhere else on the map. I think anyone who's watched their demos has realized that that's a tactic they often run, and they just went straight towards the inside platform, and a little bit of a desperation play almost, because they did all the smokes over, and as you can see, as soon as Astralis saw the first smoke come in, they drop a smoke on lower ramp and then a Molotov in front of that as well. It completely wrecks them as they come down. They're losing so much HP. Device gets loads of damage spraying in as they make their way to the bomb site, and it's just a real bloodbath for the NIP as they make their way to the side. So Astralis tie things up here at 7-7. We're going to the final round, as you said. NIP a little bit more fragile here. No orbs. They've got 5 rifles. And that's actually maximum loss bonus achieved. Astralis with 5 rounds in a row now, after actually going down 5-0. Still have the potential to win the half here.
Du3 does get spotted up, shoulder peeking, but that was his objective. Looked like he actually took bullet damage there, but it all hit the wall in front of him. Device gets pith. So swift actions on B as he gets up toward the corner and actually wins that duel. He can fall back now. The aggression, though, is still going to force onto Kerrigan as Du3 get Molotov down. He goes passive at hell. And they're going to go for this VP-esque style smoke. But they actually aren't going to commit to pushing around and wrapping toward Kerrigan. They're just going to leave Get right there and hope that he'll go unnoticed in that position. It's actually reasonable, because if Kerrigan gets up and gets too complacent, he'll be a sitting duck with Get right that close. He'll just pop out, swing, and take the shot. Forced through the smoke, tries to go towards Zed Connector, but it's actually Zipex that gets the kill on Freiburg.
See what a great read Astralis has got on this, actually just leaving Zipex, who normally plays that inside area. They had all 5 players still towards the A side at one point. Device now has rotated back, and Zipex will be joining him as well. They want to have Device to the AWP in that connector area. Zipex making his way towards the inside ramp, and now NIP 5-on-3. They have got 1 smoke remaining, trying to get a pick here any way they can. It's going to be Get right coming out towards Ivy, locked down by KGB. That's going to be the round over at this stage. 20 seconds remain. Easy kill for Du3 in main entrance, and there it is. Device gets the final frag, and after going 5-0 down to open things up, it looked so successful for NIP. It's Astralis to come back and win the half. Some really strong play. Once they got that double orb setup running, that's when it started going heavily in their favor.
Yep. Yeah, big time. I mean, they massive comeback mounted in the half. Remember, they were 7-2 down at a point. They finished at 8-7.
Massive game from Device as well. Once again, 15 for 6 for him. All down to him, changing position almost every single round, reading the game very well, making sure he's in the right place at the right time. It seemed like they didn't really have an answer for him after those initial 5 rounds. And it's Pitt, the player who's been fantastic on cash. He's had a very quiet game here. 4 for 10. Seems like he was a little bit...
And credit where credit is due. Cajun B and Kerrigan, together it's 8 and 11 kills respectively, but they were very busy on that outer site, and they were getting trades that were sufficient in many situations, more so because... Ooh, little sound cut. More so because Du3...
Hello?
I don't know what's going on. Maybe I've got a faulty cable.
Don't panic.
I won't. Everything's going to be fine. No, I was going to say, though, because Du3 was getting really overwhelmed out toward Ivy, so they had to not only cover their own ground, but oftentimes be in a position to help support him. So very busy, but again, the trades were favorable.
Well, let's get into the second half then. Astralis switching over to the T side, NIP on the CTs. It's going to be 8-7 going into the second half. And we'll have a look at the buys coming for Astralis here. Forces of armor and a smoke and a flashbang on towards Kerrigan. Similar scenes for NIP. They've got Freiburg on the smoke and diffuse kit. So Let's see where they decide to go. So we'll be splitting up the map for now for Astralis. 2 players towards Ivy, 2 towards inside, waiting for any sort of CT push coming in. The bombs is waiting in T-spawn. Trying to get intel here. No specific plan coming into place just yet. I'm going to try and push the CTs back and make sure they don't gain any information by pushing towards Ivy or the inside area. Those are key positions to actually gather information as a CT. And they'll probably be just biding their time here, running the clock down as working out what's going on.
Cajun B and Device about to face off with Exist and Pith. Just spots them right away with that USP. Couple taps out that direction. Might have been Morse code for fallback because Astralis is certainly reading it. I know Anders is a Morse code specialist, excuse me.
Only in certain words.
But now it is going to be over toward the B side. GetRight's playing extremely passively toward that Z connector.
Oh, this is the smoke coming in. It's going to be Carrigan throwing it down the mid lanes of the inside bomb site. Flashbang will come in and they'll swarm on, trying to get the bomb down any way they can. Happy to challenge towards connector, and they'll be crossing over. This is actually quite impressive. They'll be pushing down very aggressive towards inside, trying to take over the CTs, and a very open plant coming in as well. That's what that smoke's for. And actually be pushing down and get the headshot on towards GetRight.
Bomb planted as well on this.
Very open.
GetRight on 6 HP, you're dead right. It's on the corner of the bomb train. It's a good shot from Cajun. He's going to take down Forrest. And Dupree, he's pushed so far up that we often talk about this in the B site. If the farther forward you can fight away from the bomb, the harder it is to save time for the defuse. And Dupree's going to pick up a kill, stay alive as well. He gets the assist for one on Zipix. And Zipix is going to follow up with his own onto Freiberg, completely on his own, as Exist will finally get Dupree. That's, again, how far forward are they? They just follow up in Dupree's footsteps.
Yeah, it's a really nice round from Astralis there. Pushing the CTs back, checking towards Ivy, checking towards inside, making sure there's no aggression coming in, making the CTs wait on the bomb sites there. They smoke down the mid-track at the inside bomb site, and they're willing to take the aim duels at the start. As soon as the CT stops facing, they're going very aggressive, and that's a very key point when you're planting towards the inside site. The fact they get that nice open plant down as well, that's so beneficial for them. They do find those initial frags, and they've got their players pushed down towards the back to near the connector. They can actually turn around and still be beneficial to their team and stop the bomb being diffused. So that's actually a really cool play from Astralis. And they go up 9-7 here. NIP will be forcing into this round, but only 3 players with the HG's coming in. Exist to open things up, but frags being exchanged now. Cajun B finding Pit.
Freiberg still with this Deagle. They've got the man advantage as Forrest gets Cajun. It's going to be better than that because GetRight comes down late with the CZ75, and it's just down to 2 players remaining. Bomb not yet planted, and it's stuck inside the site. It's on Zipix's back right now. But he's separate from his teammate, inside beyond the ladder, and finally carrying it to the position where they can spot each other up and work off each other. But another flank coming in, because GetRight's gone all the way out the hallways, and he's potentially going to try and get on the stairs, get in behind them. Zipix thankfully gets Exist. And now it's low HP. Now they should be able to close this out.
They know where GetRight is as well. I think Carrigan just spotted him, so they're going to be opting out of this. Carrigan is getting a better position here. Let's GetRight just at the CZ in hand and 48 HP. Should be a matter of time before he's taken down. It's close. Carrigan goes on a 5 HP, but does find the kill. And they take the second round force by away from NIP. And they'll be going to this with a full eco. Astralis hit double figures now, 10-7. NIP did everything they could. They found 3 kills, but not meant to be that time. So now NIP can't really justify much more. And maybe a couple of flashbangs of P50s. Actually, going to only have 1 of those on towards Forest. Just round number 18.
Forrest back in toward the site again. The smoke's off on it already, but it's not going to be a commitment. It's going to be toward GetRight. If he can find the first shot, does do damage. Dink on the device, follows it up, second headshot. But it was only really going to be a matter of time, barring any miracles. If he had pulled that off 1v5 as they rushed into it, 1v4 rather, it would have been insane. Another bomb plant coming in now. And again, forced by round 2. Not much they can do, NIP, in terms of buying, but they're still finding decent damage. Forrest getting that shot on Zipix. They've actually gotten closer in this round than they were in the pistol. Exist is going to follow it up. Flash onto Carrigan. He's vulnerable. And Cajun B's gone. What is going on? Astralis just falling apart. They're already on top of this defuse. No one holding it just yet. They don't have the kit, but they're going to force up to Carrigan. 14 HP. Has to face against 3, and they've done it. NIP with no buy. Pull out a round.
What is that round? 1 P250, 4 USPs, and somehow they're coming out on top with 4 players alive? I don't even know what to tell you what happened there. That's insane. How with Astralis let that happen? They go towards the inside side. A lot of crossfires coming in, and you can see the look on their face. They're wondering what in God's name just happened. A P250. It's all that NIP purchased that round. That's insane. And now it's Astralis on the back foot in terms of the money. Once again, we can see Device has brought the AWP to the party. He's got that. And Zipix with the Galil. And they are being joined now with the tech down of Cajun B. So This is a big round for both teams in terms of the economy. We're going to round number 19. It's looking like a fast play towards the outside bomb site. Dupree leading the charge here, trying to go aggressive, but his pit with the AWP takes him down. A lot of damage being given towards the terrorists as well. Forrest with the MAC-10 finds Device.
You can hear on IP, they know what that kill means. Another one with that MAC-10, and they're getting pumped. And the Magicians are making noise with their magic tricks because Cajun left in a 1 versus 5. All right, nice try as Astralis makes one back as Cajun gets the kill onto Freiburg, but he's thankfully picked up the op from Device.
Every kill they're getting is like some sort of girl scream coming from over the NRP side, but I like it. They seem pumped.
Why not?
Well then, Cajun now 4-on-1. I'm just like, let me be quiet.
I'm pretty sure, like, just to give you guys an idea at home, if you can hear them through mics, I'm pretty sure you can. They're about 60 to 80 feet away behind 3 sets of curtains from us. And that's how loud they are. They're close to each other, though. Like right now, based on that camera angle, if you were going to go basically, they sit sort of diagonal to each other across, but then down one booth. So they're kind of 180 behind that camera. Is where Nip's sat in comparison to Astralis.
Just to reiterate, what a round for Astralis to lose after looking so strong in that first half and coming back, winning the pistol up against 4 USPs and a PT-50. And then this around that force by not really working out for them. They're now on a fully to themselves. It's going to tie things up at 10-10. If they end up losing this, they've got to go back and think, what the hell happened that round? Such a massive flaw in the plan. But we're going to round 20 now. They're going to have a PT-50 and 4 Glocks themselves. Can they replicate the same magic, Matt? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm normally the positive guy, but this is this is a stretch, Henry.
Okay.
And it means Nip's going to sit on 10-10 if that's the case.
I think you might be absolutely right there. Pitt is towards Ivy right now. Get the first pick. I think he just tagged him through the server there. It's going to be exist to get the kill, and Pitt does fund the kill with the second shot. 5-on-3 now. Carrigan trying to get towards the inside side. He has got the bomb, but they are going to be aware. Just going for the desperate plan there. Surely not going to get it. Swinging his mouse around wildly.
There we go. Now we got. Okay, all right. So it's not just the Nip players.
Right,
it's
the. I was going to say it makes more sense.
You did say it sounded like a girl. That makes sense now, Henry.
Okay.
No, they do have a lot of. Obviously, we're in Sweden, so a lot of the Nip representatives here. We saw Heaton.
That makes more sense.
Sitting there as well.
I thought it was.
Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it was Heaton that's screaming like a girl.
That's true as well. He looks like he's got that kind of scream.
Device, though, they are back onto rifles, but it's only 5 AKs. Try and get a fast play into this, but again, the push. Look at the Beep stance right now. Get right, using a smoke, is already up on top of the ramp, playing in the B hallways, and he's got just up on the edge of that railing so he can see above this. Zipic's not showing, not facing just yet, thankfully, but good positioning, good information early on. The question is, did Get Right get much from that?
He's going to be falling back at this stage. I think Astralis will be looking to take over the upper halls here. Dupree first. And we can see actually Pitt has pushed the Ivy area as well, but the thing is, KGB just waiting for him. Does like to lurk towards this area. KGB being so patient here. Who's going to crack first? Both players committing to holding this. Pitt with the AWP is looking towards T-spawn. I don't think he anticipates occasion to be here.
This is, I mean, Get Right pushes, doesn't see anyone. Now, thankfully, they've got the read because utility was deployed at B, but Pith pushes out and then says, all right, let's see what I can get. He doesn't see anyone, but he's still in danger right now. Meanwhile, though, Astralis, they are slowing it down considerably.
If we just jump to Pitt's screen quickly, you can see, even if he does face at this point, he's ready for that face from Cajun. So he's watching towards T-spawn,
and
this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, ready for it. So that's actually a very nice play from him. That's Pitt screaming, as you can hear.
Pitt or Heaton, one of the two.
Yeah.
But now Astralis need to compensate for this, find a way back in, and it's going to get shut down. Exist. Bottom of the ramp, inside of B, finds it through the smoke. And that'll change Astralis again. Forrest inside of the E-box, hits the shot of the bomb, dropped. 24 seconds to play. Finally, Device gets 1 kill back. Zipix follows it up. There's a chance. He's missed the spray. It looked awkward for Exist. Finally, they close it out. Freiburg, King of Banana, King of Spray Control, able to close it down. Drops the bomb again, and Device left in a 1 versus 3. Needs to die now if he's going to. Gets the first shot. There's actually a chance at this point. Get Right shuts it.
That could have got really awkward there if Get Right had gone down. There was a chance, but time was running out. So there it is. NIP take the advantage back here, 11-10. And Astralis once again cannot buy. And here, Freiburg giving it some. The mind games begin. Have we seen a pause from Astralis yet?
I don't think we have in this game, no.
Probably time to calm down
I would
next round.
consider it, absolutely.
As that's actually going to be 4 rounds in a row now, and some of those have been very difficult circumstances. We're going to another 22. It's going to be Tech 9s and P250s for Astralis. Smoke have been purchased, so they could go for full execute in terms of wall of smokes outside, try and get the bomb down just to boost the money and go into the next one. They have a very low chance of winning the round, but a plant is actually pretty probable.
3 on top of the dumpster, setting for the set. Smokes on to A. Zipic's the only one not in that position. He's actually going to go out from the ladder, and now it comes 4 into the site all at once. The 5th just joining him behind, but Forrest waits. He's trying to make this work in his favor by letting them run by. Initially, he does get the kill and gets away, and the bomb's been dropped. This is NIP's round. It's done. It's going to go to 12 for them.
Yeah, so as we saw, Astralis setting up there, just trying to get the bomb down anywhere they could, but NIP pushing through the smokes and getting on top of them, denying it. But Astralis still have plenty of cash going into this one, so now on the back foot now, up against the ropes. Device back on towards the AWP. But as we said before, we weren't sure whether it was going to be Forrest or Pitt. It seems like Forrest is going on the T side. He's happy to do the AWPing there. And when we get onto CT, that's when Pitt is taking over. That happened on Inferno. Seems like a similar scenes here on Train as well.
Just smoke out a little bit late. It almost left an open opportunity for Device to get to that corner, but you say a little bit late, it actually almost works out to be perfect timing, so you can take your pick depending on what you think it is for Exist. Either way, it shuts them down. Bomb intentionally dropped at the top of ladder right now for Astralis, so they can try and work these positions, find a pick and make it work in their favor, but Exist is actually going to give up. With that early smoke dropped out, he's going to give up that Ivy position, go over to a more support play where he can cover off for Pitt, give that positioning to Astralis, because when they're that far down, if they commit, if they can find the kills, it's very hard to trade back.
Forrest, he has pushed into main entrance here, so Carrigan will be waiting for him on the dumpster, but they're smoking them out for now, so that's a lot of intel taken away from the T's. They're going to be holding up and not really sure what Forrest will be doing with it, so they'll be opting to try and push towards Ivy at this stage. Exist ready for them as well. Check the flashbang in to slow them down. But it's occasion being Device looking for that next pick. Device is with the AWP as well. Flashbang comes in, fully catches Exist. Next frag's going to be a massive one. It's him to capitalize. Dupree coming in to find Forrest in that main entrance, but Get Right gets him back.
Pitt still has the lineup. He knows he spots one more, goes for the wall shot, just in hopes as he falls away, but it's Get Right late onto Device. Kerrigan's got to pull this back, manages to find Pith. There's 2 out toward that Ivy position. They've spotted 1 at least. Double Molotov in to try and force this. Up on the ladder they go, but Kerrigan doesn't find the shot, and Get Right, he's got Zipix down. It's all on to Kerrigan. 16 HP, shot on to Get Right. Bomb still dropped. He's going to try and advance. Low HP on Exist, but he spots him up. That's going to give Freiburg the position. Baits this out. Low HP player gone. And Kerrigan, he's going to try and work this. 9 seconds, has to plant this, and Freiburg just needs to stay alive. Just not face this, and Astralis, they have to force the issue. Freiburg hits the shot.
That was pretty tense. That 3-on-1 with Carrigan with some very smart fake plants there, just baiting CTs to face him. Gets the first kill, brings it down to a 1-on-1, and Freiburg doing just enough just not to land. 1 bullet there would have been really depressing for him if he to drop that round, but he manages to hold strong, and looks like Get Right really coming to life here. It was Exist to open things up, fully flashed from Ivy area, managed to find the first couple of frags and just working together as a real tight unit there. NIP find the 13th round. Now Astralis will take that pause. They have lost, what, 6 rounds in a row now.
It might be another tactical from NIP because apparently they're going to the bathroom, Henry. No, it is Astralis that call this.
I saw Pip just run up and run away from his chair. So.
As did Forrest, so... Oh, yeah. Actually, I'm seeing them sprint
there they go.
to the
Run, boys. Run.
Get Right as well. All of them going. They're sick of losing their timeouts. They're like, all right, you charged us a timeout last game. Let's see how long our bladder can hold this time.
They've all just run into the bathroom. They've got 80 seconds here. I know those cubicles are always full as well, so they're gonna be rushing another one coming in late. This is a new tactic. The bathroom stack.
The A-bathroom rush.
That's quite a rush. That's actually like 50 meters away from the tables. This could be interesting. What is this?
Extremely far. I don't know. Producer Nick having some fun, but
I don't know what he wants.
It's a free bathroom break for NIP. Like I say, they don't have to get charged a timeout this time.
Well, here we go then. We have got 60 seconds. A 1-minute countdown has begun. But Astralis now, they do have plenty of cash, Matt, so we will be going to the next round with Device and the AWP. 3 rifles so far in terms of firepower. Cajun B of AK-47, Carrigan and the Galil. Zipix does have cash. We have 45 seconds. And you can see Freiburg waiting nervously while his teammates make it back from the bathroom in time. No one has exited the bathrooms yet. We've got a clean line of sight, Matt. I'd like you to cast it as they're running back.
Yeah, we've got a crossfire set as well, Henry.
Yeah, we actually have.
I'm totally letting you be the bit. I see NBK emerging from that
maybe
direction.
I can try and get a picture
perhaps Envious getting involved in this. Get Right's rushing out. They've already cleared the site, so obviously the bathroom's cleared out. Falling back, tactical retreat. Probably just going to save the guns while that bomb explodes, because I heard it was a dirty bomb laid in that bathroom. Let me just tell you that much. Get Right.
That's 2 of them. We're missing 2 players. 15 seconds. Timer ticking down now.
Here we go.
There it comes. The last player. It's Forrest. Making his way. He can do it. He's going to make it.
A little bit of a cheer.
2 seconds. Oh, they've had to take a timeout. They haven't made it. They didn't make it in time. They've had to take their own timeout. There they are, boys.
They actually did have to call their timeout. This is too good. All right, either way, they're the ones in the driving seat. They can be stress-free. It's Astralis that still are the ones behind right now, 13-10. Our scoreline, we'll see if that timeout actually haunts NIP, because if Astralis starts to mount a comeback in NIP, it could be daunting for them.
Well, the key thing about Counter-Strike, Matt, is you need to stay hydrated while playing. So a lot of players will be guzzling down water and Monster Energy, of course, as you can see. They might as well use the time now to discuss what they're going to do and see how they're going to approach this next round. They probably know the money for situation is for Astralis. After getting bomb plants down and 6 loss bonus, or 5-stage loss bonus, of course. They do have cash. But Astralis, in terms of the utilities, not massive. They have got 5 smokes, but not a single Molotov. And they have got 1 minute to wait until we get back into this one. There's Threat, the coach, of course. He gets to sit on the server with them. For anyone who's not familiar, that's why he's on a PC. He gets to have an overview of exactly what's going on, sees the timings, and has direct communication to the team as well.
Thought he was just browsing Reddit on that PC.
He does that as well.
No, Threat is definitely hands-on. There's the counterpart to it on the Astralis side, Zonic, who's a little bit less vocal during games, but definitely does more of an analytical role with them.
Exactly. Like, so Karrigan still is the in-game leader. Threat, on the other hand, he's the one actually calling the shots and telling them exactly what to do. Zonic, he is like an analyst, like you said. He can give suggestions. He won't be calling mid-round or anything like that, and he can kind of give predictions and try and calculate the money and all that sort of stuff. So still very beneficial, but a different style. Here we go then. We are back into this. 13-10, Astralis, a big round ahead of them. They have fully invested into this. It's going to come down to Device and his AWP. He had a great first half. But a few blunders in the second have meant they found themselves a huge disadvantage here. NIP 2 rounds away from series points. As we're going to round number 24 here, we are back.
So the Group C decider match going down to the wire. Danish-Swedish rivalry. As close as we could be to each country sitting here in Malmö. Forrest playing on the off angle, in front of the bomb train with the smoke out toward ladder, so he doesn't need to worry about both sides of it. Pressure's on Astralis. Device back to the AWP. Karrigan as well. He's gone for the Galil and no armor. And it's going to be Device, though, that starts it. So the AWP working for Device. Pitfalls, no smokes out this time. Forrest playing on the bomb train as he falls back after that smoke dissolves at the ladder room. Just try and see above smokes on execution. And it's Get Right that plays solo right now on the B site.
Indeed. An advantage for Astralis, and they have got plenty of time to play over as well. Bomb will be making its way through the halls now. Looking like an inside play coming in from Astralis here. They have got 1 player towards main entrance. That'll be Cajun B. He's watching the flanks, is lurking. Seeing if he can catch any CTs out of position here, but Astralis presumably will be sending their AWPer down towards the lower ramp to look for that next pick. They have killed Pit. Here's the AWPer. Here comes Device. Smoking off. Ooh. Actually Get Right using his incendiary there. So he throws that just before the smoke is thrown. So that doesn't actually matter too much to Astralis at this point, as they will be going in now. Smoke is deployed. And they'll be going for their execution right now.
Look at this from Forrest. This is so good. He's so quiet. Trigger discipline. Oh, he misses it. They don't turn around. Where's the communication? He's still got a chance with the pistol, but he doesn't hit any of the shots. Device gets it. You would have thought Forrest had it, but Freiburg's going to follow in his footsteps. He takes advantage of the situation. They're still down a man. But Astralis is so low on HP. And Cajun B now is going to try and reverse this out. Xyp9x doesn't turn around because Cajun never makes the call. He wasn't in position fast enough. They're going to try and hold this as well. Cajun's got to force this down. He's just going to deny it in time, but they're both low on HP. But they do get the kill. Dupree holds it. And Forrest, my God, you had to hit those.
It's very rare for him to miss opportunities like that. That's his bread and butter normally. Easy shot in the back, another platform. I'm sure we're going to see this right now. That's a shot he should be hitting all day long. Obviously, the terror is just moving just out of his crosser just in time, but still, he had enough time to go for the full spray. Well, what a shot from Device to take him down in the end. Well, there it is then. Astralis do arrive after 6-round deficit. They bounce back here. And now we have got an adjustment in terms of the approach here from NIP. It's Get Right on the auto sniper. You said he loved it, Matt. Yep. Let's see whether he can roll back the years and show us what he's made of.
Pith has the op still to complement that auto sniper from Get Right, which is going to play at the Z connector, so he's going to actually try and swing it onto either side. Device trying to get some shots through the wall if anyone's pushing up after that smoke that's deployed. He's correct in guessing someone has, but he can't find the angle onto Forest.
They're staying in a very standard position so far. They are going to be having Forest though. He's pushed all the way in towards A main. Looking like Astralis will be favouring towards the Ivy area once again. This was the one that capitalised before.
This rotation from Pith is actually quite good for that.
But he's going to want to face this, and you know that the time that Astralis have remaining here, they're going to be waiting. They can buy their time a little bit. They can work this slowly.
Oh, Device has the angle held with the op.
Yeah.
Who's it going to be first? Two players here. It's Pith who finds Kerrigan. Device on top of the dumpsters. Can't get the refrag on that. Pith falls away fast. And like you say, 30 seconds left. They pretty much have to go, so it's Dupree and Zipix that have to open this up. Good flash. Well read from NIP. And the auto sniper now it comes into play. Get Right finds one. Exist still close to this position. Smoke out left. They want to attack right. Cajun makes it work, and Forrest has to rotate back in the side. He still has occupations out toward E-Box, but Forrest, he finds the kills this time. No inaccuracy. And it's Device and Cajun B with 12 seconds, and they're just going to bail. They're just going to get out of there.
There's no chance of winning that round. Really nice work there from Pith just to open things up and throw a cat among the pigeons. You see the Astralis just had to react, tried to come out, and that auto sniper, like he said, just in a perfect position there. Astralis didn't have any time to deploy any smokes. He finds the kill, locks him down, and NIP find their 14th round here. One more to go until series point, but Device does save the AWP. That's pretty massive considering they just have been fully reset here. So they have got an AWP and an AK-47, but they're not going to be fully investing this. Yes, they will, but it's just like very little to work with. You can see 3 pistols, an AK, and an AWP. Device, you need to step up massively here. If they were to lose this round, it's $1,900, and that's pretty much game.
And of the 7 rounds that NIP won out of the last 8, only 1 has had a bomb plant. That was the furthest one away. That was 8 rounds ago.
Yeah.
Aside from the one they won, of course, they did get a bomb plant in that, but still, it just goes to show you that NIP is shutting them down before Astralis can even get near the sites.
Have to reiterate, if Astralis loses this round, that's pretty much
It's done, yeah. Absolutely.
Just so they've hit the pressure on here. They've got 2 weapons to work with, and NIP with that auto sniper and AWP as well, holding back and pretty defensively. Device taking quite a lot of damage there with the incendiary. He goes down to 68. Trying to find a cheeky pick there to kick things off. Wasn't meant to be.
Pith and Exist with a crossfire set out toward Ivy. Forrest A-Train again. Get right. Z connector, Freiburg B. Straightforward positioning from NIP. The difference is on the Astralis side where they start to group up for what looks to be a 3-2 split out A main and ladder onto the outer site. Pressure's on Astralis right now. As you say, it's do or die. First player jumps, tries to reset the game of Pith. Doesn't land the second one as well because he gets above. Uses the pallet to get across, but re-peeks Kerrigan down at quad. Getting close though, he's scoped in, doesn't spot Cajun. So refrag, Forrest gonna be limited by this Molotov. Tries to stick around and catch the kill between the 2 trains, but the bomb play coming in needs to be saved. Astralis just barely as Ipix comes back out and catches them pushing through. And that will allow it to go down. So finally Astralis do get a plant. Get Right still has the auto sniper. See if it pays off or not. No one gonna peek Astralis. They can't. Hold your breath. See if the Danes can fight a way back in. Cajun gets Get Right. It's all down to Freiburg, who's on 9 HP. So despite getting the first kill, he's gone.
That was NIP's opportunity there just to take the game. Such a huge advantage in terms of the buy-up there, but it's Astralis coming up trumps. Cajun B lurks towards that Ivy area and actually finds 2 frags there to kick things off. It's actually Pitt who got the first frag there. We thought NIP had that one tied up. Device found a frag and Zipex to finish things off. Freiburg will be trying to save his M4 here, but this one's not over just yet. They managed to pick up some remaining kills as well and get the rifles. So Zipex and Cajun B going in and be able to drop some weapons here. So all of a sudden now, Astralis coming back to life. You can see the money in the NIP camp. It's not fantastic. Exist on $2 grand. And Pitt was very low as well, but they're going to be adjusting and distributing their wealth, making sure he has the AWP. So this could be a similar storyline here. Astralis were to win this round, that's a pretty hard reset for NIP. And it could take Astralis all the way to 15.
Get Right's gonna face this. That smoke again, he's gonna try and get on the ledge, but Astralis read it. So both times he's tried to do this time with a shotgun as well, so it doesn't have the range advantage. Device goes, oh! All right, he pushes through. Get Right doesn't fall off on that first shot, takes Ipix. I was gonna say, they read it well. They saw that smoke, they fell back. They knew, all right, Get Right very likely to push into this, but he still makes that work.
He got away as well, didn't take any damage for his troubles. So he finds the first pick on towards Zipex, and that's a massive play from him. Had he had died, that could have been the round over, but makes it work, and now Device trying to come back in, find the next kill. They are taking over the upper platforms with the AWP now. We'll be facing that. There are 2 players from IP towards the side.
It's been a long, long time since Astralis went out in a group stage. But these 2 juggernauts head-to-head, one of them's got to go. Man down, Astralis trying to get inside of the site. Get Right still here with the shotgun, but Cajun able to get it correctly as Get Right can't land it, but look at Freiberg lining up at least one on Cajun. Re-peeked by Kerrigan, waits for him to deplete his ammo. And Pith gets the refrag, but bomb goes down. Still the man advantage for NIP. Smokes out on sidewalk, trying to get Device into a better position. Slight gap, holds it, hits the shot as well. Forrest gone. Back to the 2 versus 2. No kits either on the NIP camp. Exist gonna try and advance. Good pick though by Pith. Kerrigan down, it leaves it to Device. High ground gained. But they're gonna know this, they're gonna check this. And they've picked up a Molotov. Oh, Pith, that's so big. Yeah. But he puts it lower. He actually puts it lower, which means Device still has a chance at this.
I'm not sure why he'd throw it towards the lower ramp, but here we go. Then it's gonna be Device coming in for the face. The defuse comes in.
Needs to go. It's a kid, he doesn't even face it! Oh, Device misreads it altogether.
You'd think he'd at least face to give it a chance. Why would he not? NIP finding that very easy to finish that one off. They actually hit series point now. And I guess it was Device taking a huge gamble, hoping they were faking that, and he could have come out and got the reface when the second fake defuse came in, but wasn't meant to be there. Big round as Get Right to open things up, and it looked like Astralis had some footing back into it, but
I'm actually just curious as it crossed my mind. When they threw that flash, Pitt's gonna start this off, so could be good here, but when they threw that flash, I'm wondering if that's when he tapped it and Device didn't even hear them get on it.
Potentially.
I'd like to see the replay of that, and production says that that is the truth. So that flash was perfectly timed to allow the plant to come in. That's
pretty next
so
level.
Clever from NIP. And that's why Device doesn't face it at all. He had absolutely no idea. That is sick. And it's a one-man advantage. NIP about to send Astralis packing. It's 4 AKs, the AWP for Cajun. Get Right has the shotgun again. Gonna be up close to this ladder position. If he peeks out now, it's Dupree dead. Headshot, and he fades away. They can't get the refrag. Kerrigan tries. All that serves to do is tell Get Right he's there. Finally, Cajun comes out, but it's down to 2 players for Astralis. And Exist holding the angle on top of Green. He's gonna get at least the information that the second player is coming out with that AWP from A main. NIP just have to hold their ground. 2-man advantage, make it now 3. It's down to Cajun B. 1 versus 4. And NIP about to send the 4th of the top teams in this tournament home. They'll do it. Forrest closes it out. NIP move on in Sweden, and you can head back across the bridge, Denmark.
Fantastic stuff from them there. NIP win this series 2-1. And you have to say, Matt, I said if Astralis ended up losing this game, it goes to that 1 round in the second half. If you remember, 4 USPs and a PT50, just so that they just negated the full force buy from NIP, which actually led to a 6-round deficit as well. Key moments like that are going to lose you games, and I think they'll go back and watch that one of trepidation, because it's a bit of a haunting round, I have to say.
So sick with that flash, too, because Device is sitting waiting. When are they defusing? When are they man, oh man.
Oh, hi.